Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dr. Glenn Vogt, and I am super excited to have a good friend of mine. He's a good friend. He started off like a vendor in here, hooking us up with discounts, but he's become a great friend for a lot of other doctors in this group. Korey from Legwork. Korey, what's up?
Hey, how are you, Glenn? It's always
Oh
good to
man,
see
I'm
you.
doing awesome, man. I'm doing awesome. So we talked a couple of weeks ago. You reached out. You said, "Hey, we got some cool things coming on the pipeline with Legwork," and I was excited because I'm actually a Legwork user. So I was like, "Tell me what's going on." And you were
Yeah.
telling me all these great things. I said, "Okay, just stop it. Let's announce it to the whole Nifty group." So here we are. So guys, if you can hear us, do me a favor and type in the comments section Legwork. Type in the comments section Legwork. And also for those who are not using Legwork right now, go ahead and type Legwork so you can get a Nifty Thrifty deal. I've been telling people, Korey, everyone's like, hey, we got these products. And I said, look, the tried and true is Legwork. They're one of our first sponsors. You guys have been hooking us up. But the great thing is that you've been a big part of the community. That's the thing. That's the difference between Legwork and so many other companies. People will reach out, people will ask questions, and you and all your team members are jumping on. So I want to say I appreciate you, Korey. Thanks for being so involved and giving us such a great product.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for having us. I mean, you and I have been together now for a couple of years, and
like almost 3 years, man.
Yeah, it's just
that's crazy, right?
I love it. I as long as you'll have us, we're not going anywhere. So
well, so like I said, for those who are tuning in, there's some people who are thinking about Legwork, and I said, man, this is like the perfect time because, here's the thing about being kind of like the industry leader like you guys are, right? There's always people like nipping at your heels. There's always something new, and what I love about you guys is that you listen to all of us. We say, hey, we want these things, and you guys work on it,
Yeah.
So people are like, well, I want something to work with my websites and whatnot. Like, okay, well, we have websites. Okay, I want a paperless option. Okay, we got that. I want funnels. We got that. And so what you guys have been asking for, they have been working behind the scenes, and they continue to work on it. But, enough of me talking. Let's let Korey, I'm going to give you the keys to the live here. You're going to share your screen, and you're going to talk about what is new coming up with Legwork. I see a bunch of people on. There's a bunch of people on. So guys, if you are using Legwork right now, type in the comments section Legwork. If you're not using Legwork, you want a nifty deal, type in the comments section Legwork. And if you just want to say what's up, say Legwork anyways, and go ahead and like our video. Okay, Korey, let's do this.
Yeah. Again, thank you, Glenn, for having me today. So this is probably the most excited I've been in years. As you know, we were blessed to receive some funding a year and a half ago. And the goal of that funding was to pour into innovation and to work towards, catching up on some of the features that we felt we needed to catch up on, what we call feature debt that, is necessary to compete, but also to leapfrog some of the competitors in the sense that we really wanted to become that all-in-one solution that we'd been touting we could offer customers for so long. And that's a big challenge because, again, without funding, there's just so much that you have to do on the development side. We now have over 30 developers that have worked for a total of 2 years straight on this effort. And so what I'm about to reveal is a really exciting opportunity for Legwork and also for customers that would like to take advantage of this offer today. So I'm going to go right into the kind of the overview. And
now, Korey, I'm super excited to see this, but I didn't want to interrupt you. But you brought up something that is super important.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna ask you a question, and all you're gonna do is answer, right?
Okay.
Look, this is not rehearsed or anything. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're just gonna answer it. So you said about funding and having the developers. How important is that for a company who, maybe is providing this type of service to actually have the developers, have the team members available? Why can't a small company that's like run by one guy working out of his bedroom, and maybe he has another team member and now he's trying to scale? Why is someone like that ill-equipped to take care of the needs of our group?
Well, it's really pretty simple. It's because every time we have, well, it's simple in discussion, it's hard to execute, but in every time we have a syncer, that connectivity to your practice management system, whether it be Open Dental, Dentrix, EagleSoft, we serve over 30 different syncers in the industry. And every time those syncers are updated, or those softwares are updated, we have to have a team of people to manage and maintain those syncers. Mm-hmm. So it's one thing if you're just syncing with one system like Open Dental, for example, and that, some of the smaller companies do that and they do an okay job at it. But what people don't realize is there's a ton of support that goes on in just that alone. Then you want to develop new features. And every time you develop a new feature, like, for example, like I mentioned, we have 30 developers working on releasing this, what we're calling Legwork 2.0. That is no disrespect to the single business owner who wants to pull that off, but it's unless you got some money, it's really hard to pull off. Not that somebody can't do it, but it requires funding because you just have so much infrastructure that you need to support that kind of endeavor. And I didn't even realize that when we started Legwork. We started out small like everybody else. And as you grow,
you guys have grown. You guys have grown so much since we started this way back 3 years ago when you were one of the first companies to offer a Nifty deal. And so I saw what work it took into making sure that we were taken care of. And a lot of things that people don't understand is right now you might be getting, if you're working with some other company, I'm not going to mention any names, but let's say you're working with a company that is just a couple of people working out of their bedroom. What's going to eventually happen is that more people will join on. And Korey, what happens if you don't have the team to support a bunch of clients? What happens?
Well, you implode. And it actually happened to us when we started with Nifty Thrifty in the very beginning. We weren't prepared for the growth that you had helped us to get. And if you recall, we had to pull back on website sales for a while because we were inundated with our abilities to serve those customers. And I spoke to you, privately and said, look, I appreciate all the business, but in order to support and make sure we provide high-level customer service, we got to do something about this. And so we had a hiatus of website sales for a while. And that's what happens is you get inundated and you can't keep up. And then COVID created even more strain on the smaller businesses because, for example, we even struggled with some of our support tickets for a while. People were, really frustrated, and we don't blame them, but some days we had over 500 support tickets come in a single day, and you just can't get those tickets handled in one go around. So when you're serving thousands of customers, you need a robust team of both support, development wise, customer success wise, design wise. So yeah, it's a big task to pull this together, which is again why I feel very blessed that we got that funding, because we're able to, support the infrastructure that we need.
Well, thanks, Korey, for that. And I'm sorry for hijacking this. I'm going to give it back to you, but I really thought that it was really important people to hear that because, sometimes we were like, hey, there's this new thing over here and it's great. Let me try it out. But what you don't understand is what kind of team do they have, right? Yeah. What kind of support are they going to give you? Because at the end of the day, the product might work good one day, and when there's a problem, like whenever I have a problem, I know I can reach out to Korey and tweak things. In fact, before we jumped on, I said, hey, Korey, can you put one of your team members with my office manager because I want to use some of these new features. So guys, just keep that in mind. But you know what? Just because a company has a nice, strong team like Legwork, just because that they got funding, just because they have all these great products, doesn't mean you're not going to get a Nifty deal. So type in the comment section, Legwork, if you want a Nifty deal. Korey, I promise to shut up now. Go ahead and start.
No, that's fine. I love it. Let's keep dialoguing. So as I mentioned, over the last 2+ years, it's been our goal to be the all-in-one patient engagement solution. And I've emphasized the word truly as of the release of what we're calling Legwork 2.0. And the goal of this system is to provide a seamless engagement between patient engagement system between the software Legwork, your practice management system, and our website solutions, or what we call widgets that can be added to an existing website if the customer has their own site that they're happy with. In other words, you don't have to use a Legwork website to get the benefits of this ecosystem. And the goal here was to really solve some of the most common challenges so that you could finally come to a single solution provider, lower your overall costs because of being able to get the system that you need from one provider, and ultimately improve outcomes and save time. You can imagine if you've got multiple systems working independently that don't really talk to each other, those disparate solutions create breakdowns in communication. They lower the efficiency ability, and they're costly. So we're trying to remove that by bringing enterprise level systems to the dental practice level by this all-in-one solution. And we've been touting that we were going to do it. We've been promising we were going to do it, and it is now here. Legwork 2.0 is a complete rebirth of our company, our product, our business model. Everything is reborn. So we're really excited about bringing this forward.
And so Korey, I just got a message from someone. They're like, okay, I'm a long-term user. What does that mean for me? I'm like, it means you're about to get hooked up, buddy. So anyways, look, just Korey's going to lay it out. So for those who've been, who joined Legwork way in the beginning, like I did, there's no need to freak out or anything. He's gonna do a solid for you guys. Okay.
We've already thought through. We've already thought through those customers that are already with us. And trust me, they're all getting some of their own special sauce. So
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Korey, show us what we got here.
So the flagship features that are powering this product that we call the flywheel. The flywheel is this ecosystem. It's a philosophical process that we've been working on for 2 years, which covers when the patient is looking for their next dentist, all the way through to reactivation should it be necessary. So all the way out from the start of the web, all the way through to reactivation. That's what we call the flywheel and that philosophical process. And it's broken down into 3 categories: the attract and engage category, the convert and remind category, and the retain and grow category. And all of these features on the list here are broken down by category. And this is the ecosystem. Now I'm going to go into the specific newer features so we can talk about those, because those are where kind of the big excitement is. But ultimately, our goal here is to improve efficiencies for the team, improve the patient experience, and ultimately grow the practice as a result with this ecosystem. So the first part of this journey starts at the web. No matter whether you're a referring customer, someone or referred patient, someone who's been referred by another patient, or you're out looking for your dentist for the first time, we now have a series of software to web widgets that integrate with, again, the Legwork websites we build, or the existing website that the customer already has that they're happy with, but they want this web software integration. And it starts with online appointment booking. This is the first rollout we started with a few months ago, and rolled out appointment booking. And in the Legwork 2.0 release, this is going to have an enhanced set of features where it does write-backs to the practice management system. You get full control of your appointment schedule, so you don't have to worry about having the patient, drop their appointment right into your calendar, because we know that customers are really concerned about too much availability, flexibility for the patient to drop the appointment right in the calendar. So we took a whole bunch of feedback from the first release and got information from customers so that we would know how the second release should really be optimized. So now in the Legwork 2.0 version, this will be the most robust appointment feature set on the market today, and all in the ecosystem. So that's feature number 1.
Now, a lot of people are going to ask this. They're going to say, well, that looks good, right? But they're going to ask, is this going to write into my practice management software?
Well, like I just mentioned, the first version did not. The Legwork 2.0 version is going to. So it will write back to Open Dental, EagleSoft, Dentrix, Dentrix Enterprise, and we actually have more syncer releases coming in 2021 as well, because our goal is to not just be one syncer solution, but be multiple syncers, so multiple practice management system provider. So
Korey, we have a question from the audience, and this is Dr. Jaworski. So he says, so are you saying that patient booking can't really write into the practice management software? And I think you just said that the new version does.
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So Aaron, I hope you got that. And I know Aaron has been, he asked, what's the latest and greatest stuff? And I told him, I was like, Legwork, man, Legwork. They've been solid, and they're about to, and I told him to come watch. So Aaron, shout out to you, man. I'm glad you're watching. But,
yeah, thanks for watching.
Korey, this is not the only thing that's rolling out, right? Like, let's not get, Aaron shouldn't get too excited here. This is not the only thing.
I'm just getting started, Glenn. So the next one.
Well, I'll let you keep going here.
The next one is the patient portal. And this isn't just a fragmented patient portal. This is unmatched conveniences for the patient. They can access the appointment booking feature. They can check their upcoming appointments. They can check their patient documents in the document center, which will have pre-populated patient data, so the patient doesn't have to refill out health forms and documentation that they need to update. They can review their balances. They can pay their balances. You can set up automated payments for the patient if you want to give them payment options, all inside the patient portal, all consolidated, all reading back to the Legwork dashboard and your practice management system. The most robust patient portal on the market, coming soon with Legwork 2.0.
Well, and so I know you're gonna let us know, because I just got another message. They're asking, when is this all coming out, guys? Just wait. This has got more stuff to show. But Dr. Paul just asked me, would Legwork? Do you guys work with Curve Hero?
That's coming in as part of the feature release rollout. Is to work with Curve.
Yeah, Dr. Paul, you're way ahead of the curve, man. So yeah. All right.
We work with Curve. Sorry, we work with Curve now, but some of these read-write integrations that we're talking about, we will also be developing for Curve. That's on our one of our main feature sinkers once we get past Open Dental Dentist and EagleSoft. Naturally, you can understand those are the big three that we have to cover first, but we're going deeper than that. So by this fall or this winter, we'll have Curve will be the next on the list.
I love it. Okay. All right. I'll keep quiet again so you can keep going.
You're fine. I want to hear from the customers. I want to hear what they're telling you so I can answer their questions.
All right, guys, if you have any other questions, I'm watching on my other monitor here. If you have any questions, type it in the comments section, or, if you're shy, you can message me like these other people, but send me your questions and I will feed it to Korey. And like I said, he's just getting started. If you're excited, you're about to get even more excited, because I see what's coming up here. So Korey, I'll let you keep going here.
So paperless forms. This is the one where I'm going to stand on my soapbox for a minute, Glenn. You know how much paperless forms are important to the business. And when we rolled out our first version of our paperless forms, we fully were aware that it was not the final product that we wanted to roll out. When you're a software developer, you roll out what's called a minimum viable product, and then you get feedback from your customer so that you can make the product better than anyone else on the market. So we had, whether our customers realize it or not, we knew full well what we were planning, which was to gain information from our users and also our competitors so that we could provide a better, deeper level paperless system. It starts with the fact that our system is the industry's only complete drag and drop builder solution. This means you can literally drag the field, build your form in minutes, and custom build it within the system. You don't need to know code. You don't have some ugly looking scanned PDF that's editable. None of that crap. This is state-of-the-art, drag and drop, truly developed form system.
Hey, Korey, you know what I love about that? Is that you know how dentists are, right? We're notoriously impatient. We want our form like.
I love you guys. You fed my family for years.
Yeah.
You are impatient. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, but we're really impatient because it's like we want that form like in 10 minutes, right? And some other platforms it takes time. But what I love about this is that if I'm this impatient doctor, you know what? I could even create this myself. So let me ask you this. let's say someone who's not tech savvy, right? Who you know, maybe they just know how to surf the net and use their phone. That's about it. Could they create their own form?
Can you use this mouse? Can you use your keyboard to type in what you want the form to say? That's all you need to know. You drag it, you drop the form in, and you decide what form module you want, whether it's a radio button or a drop-down selector, etc. You build the form. You can build a complete form system in a matter of minutes. The other thing that's important is everyone else is working on health forms. They're not working on a form system. Forms are designed to gather data. Well, anything out on the web that you want to gather, you can publish your form within the Legwork system. You can set up a web form on your website and ask what kind of steak people like, how they like their steak. You can ask people all sorts of data questions and drop it into the Legwork system and then create automated follow-ups off of that. So this is way more than just a standard health form system. And of course it works on a tablet device and it works on a mobile device. And the beauty of Legwork 2.0 is we got that system built better than anybody, but we knew full well that there were 3 things that were missing that we needed to follow up with because we heard from our customers and we knew what the competitors were doing. Number 1 is a PDF auto upload. Not every customer or every form data can be populated into the practice management system. That isn't a Legwork problem or another vendor competitor's problem. That is the practice management system has fields that only have read-write access. So in other words, if you ask a question that you need on your health form and it doesn't have a place to place it inside the practice management system, it isn't Legwork not being able to place it, it's the practice management system not having a place to put that data. So what happens is you have to save that information as a document, and that document then, in order for it to be efficient, the document needs to drop into the doc center inside the practice management system so that there's eliminating all that work for the front office. That is now complete for Open Dental right now, and it will be complete for the other softwares with the Legwork 2.0 release.
So Korey, can you do me a favor? And because someone just asked a question, that very question, and they wanted me to bring it to you. So can you just walk us through that one more time? So yeah, so this doctor's asking that okay, so you fill out the form and then it's a PDF and then you have to upload it to the practice management software. But you were saying that you guys did something to make it a little bit more efficient. Can you explain that again? And yeah. I want you guys to pay attention to the guys who are asking me this question here.
Okay, there's 2 types of methods here that we have to break down. Number 1 is the standard health form and what form data you're wanting to collect from your patient and whether or not the practice management system you have allows a connection between the 2. If the answer is yes, then that information will auto-populate inside of the practice management system with no worry whatsoever. But sometimes you want to customize your form and ask a question that doesn't have a place for Legwork to put it because the practice management system doesn't have a place for us to sync up to. In that case, we save that data in the Legwork system as a PDF. You confirm that it's there and it will auto-populate that PDF. It's as simple as a confirmation and it will auto-populate into the patient document center without any worry whatsoever.
So that is huge. So that is huge because I think most people are worried about, they get the PDF, it downloads, and then they have to upload it. Like that's another step there. But what you're saying is that the PDF is actually going to go right into the practice management software, like automatically.
Yes, and our current product, our current Open Dental system does that today. That's not even a new release. That's done right now. It's working right now.
With Open Dental?
Yep.
Okay.
The Legwork 2.0 release is going to include Dentrix, EagleSoft, Dentrix Enterprise, and then Curve next, and then more to come. So it's just going to continue to where no other provider will be able to do that kind of read-write access for multiple practice management systems. So that's a huge differentiator for the customer base to understand is it isn't just open dental we're talking about. We're talking about the wide breadth of all the practice management systems that we can cover. Now, the next piece to this is the all-important treatment consent form, the treatment plan consent form. Man, oh man, am I tired of hearing about the treatment plan consent form. We are building it. It's coming in Legwork 2.0. So we don't have to talk about that anymore. It's coming out. You will not need another health form system. You will be able to get it all in Legwork. If you're a current customer, just know it's on its way. If you're a new customer, just know you don't have to have multiple providers. We will have the most robust, complete patient health form system with drag and drop capability and multiple form solutions very, very soon. And I'm talking before the end of the year. Like, I don't want to put a hard date out there or my chief technical officer will wring my neck, but I will tell you it's all coming this fall and winter, and it's very, very close. And again, open dental is already done. So we're on to the next sinkers right now. The next.
So guys, I see a bunch of, keep the questions coming. I know you guys had the same question there, so that's why I posed it. I stopped Korey there. So if you have any more questions, type in the comments section. I see a bunch of people saying that they have demos coming up, guys. This is like a sneak preview, but it's going to be even more awesome when you actually do a live demo. So if you guys want to do a demo, type in the comments section Legwork, and then the Legwork teams here, they're going to reach out to you guys. Okay, so type in the comment section Legwork, and if you want a nifty deal, type Legwork again. Okay, Korey, let you keep going there.
All right, the next one is treatment plan. We're calling it treatment plan opportunities. This one is, again, I think from all the research we did from competitors and also listening to customer feedback, this is the most robust product that I think is going to be on the market that I'm aware of anyway, that combines not just the metrics. So what patients have you presented treatment to, what patients have accepted treatment, what patients are unscheduled, but also then be able to filter down by a very complex filtering system. So let's say you want to look at patients who you presented treatment to for Invisalign, and you wanted only the patients that have a certain insurance type, and you want to know what age bracket they're in. So you want to really narrow down to a specific select group, and then create a report, and also not just take the report, but actually set a campaign against it. So you can automate an ability to start drawing those patients back. So talk about low-hanging fruit within the practice. Not only can you see it, but you can take action on it. So instead of just like a standard, metrics report, it's a metrics report with all of the complex automation that Legwork was known for in the beginning, which is that marketing powerhouse of text messaging, email campaigning, auto calling, et cetera, all backed up by metrics and data. So you'll be
Korey,
able to.
I want to give you a scenario here. Let's walk through a scenario, because this actually happened today. We had our leadership meeting, and obviously, September, October, that's kind of like the slowdown months, right? And so we did a good job of getting ahead of that for September, but we noticed that our October, the schedule was looking a little light. Right? The schedule was looking a little light. And so I talked to my team. I was like, hey, look, people were scared of a COVID, but things are going back to normal. There were people back then that needed treatment. I need you guys to run a report, and let's reach out to them. So I'm going to run that scenario through you, Korey. So let's say my team went through here. Could they identify those patients and then blast out a text message or an email to all of them to make appointments?
Yes, and set themselves a reminder to follow up with them to make sure they've accepted the treatment.
Oh, I love that, because you know what they normally have to do is they have to go to use one software, go to the practice management software, and then go over here to send out the communication. You basically are saying that you actually could just go to one place and just stay on the same dashboard and get that all done.
Correct. And
I love it. I love it.
Again, the goal of all in one. So, and the filtering capabilities is where the power is here, right? So we can look by treatment code, or you can just you can type in a generalized code if you know the codes by heart, or if you don't know the code, you can just type in Invisalign and it will filter. And then you can set by a date range, by insurance type, by age demographic, et cetera. So you can really drill down where you're looking for that low-hanging fruit. Now, where this becomes very, very powerful, Glenn, is, and I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, is the fact that we have this for multi-practice. So you can imagine that if you have 4, 5, 6, 10 practices or even more, being able to drill in that specific, not only by treatment, but by practice, I can see my entire landscape of where my low-hanging fruit opportunities are to literally change the outcome of the practice by looking at where the unscheduled treatment opportunities are. That's very hard to do in a single practice management system. There are some capabilities to run those reports, but even if you can run those reports, what marketing actions can you take on those reports? What activities can you do to actually capitalize on that? So it's a very powerful system for single practice, but also for multi-practice, because you can drill down by location.
So Korey, I'm going to put you on the spot, man. Okay, so I actually, a couple of my good friends, they lead this group called the Dental Entrepreneur Organization. They work with people who want to open multiple practices. I spoke for them twice, and I know they're watching right now. I know Jake Poole and Emmett Scott are watching this right now. Okay, so for those two guys, if they're watching right now, they're probably thinking, okay, but we deal with people who have 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 practices. Could this work with groups that big and bigger?
Absolutely. The only caveat will be what sinker capabilities and making sure that they're within the sinker mix that we have to offer, which is, again, going to be quite broad. And I can get a list to anyone who's interested of what sinkers we will have available for multi-practice scenarios. Absolutely.
I love it. Well, we'll have to, I'll talk to those guys, and we'll have to all jump in their group and talk to them about the opportunities for those who have multiple practices. All right, Korey, I love this stuff.
So the next one is online bill pay. So we have two options here. We love Apex. Apex is a great Nifty Thrifty company, and we totally support Apex. If the company, if there's Nifty Thrifty clients out there that are working with Apex, we're working with Apex as well to provide that integration so that their online bill pay system can work seamlessly with Legwork.
I love it. Thank you, Korey. We love Apex in here. We love Legwork too. It's just a marriage made in heaven. Both of you guys are working. So we appreciate you guys working together and helping us out.
Absolutely. So, a lot of times we get the question, well, can you work with Apex? And the answer is absolutely. Like, the ability to automate and create a link that works into the Apex portal system is very, very simple for the two companies to work together. And we're all good friends. Like, there's no issue there. So if you have Apex, yes, Legwork works with Apex, no problem. So I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. The next one is our online review system. When we first rolled out our online review system, again, we rolled out the minimum viable product. We took information from our customers and we enhanced it so that now you can get a fully robust review system, but not just an ask for a review, but a monitoring of reviews. You can see who clicked on your review requests. And oftentimes we get the answer from clients, I don't think my review system's working. And it's like, well, the delivery of Legwork sending your patient the review request was sent. We can prove that with the metrics now, and the patient maybe just didn't click on the review for whatever reason. So we have options to then send a review follow-up. We also have the ability to write and respond to reviews right inside the system. There's no reason to have another review system outside of the Legwork interface, in my not so humble opinion, of course. So it's all complex built into the system now. The next one is teledentistry.
Okay, so this one, guys, this is what really got me excited. I'm really excited about this. So guys, you definitely want to, if you have the volume down, you need to turn it up, because this is what I love about this new version, is that there's so many different things that are in here. And guys, you could just look at what you're using right now. And I don't care what you're paying for your patient engagement software they have right now. I don't care what you're paying for it, okay? Because what happens is that Legwork is actually going to take the place of multiple platforms, and you're going to save a lot of money. That's what, and this is what gets me excited too, because you just added this that people right now are paying a pretty penny for, and Legwork's about to provide it. So, all right, let's talk about teledentistry here.
Okay, so there's a million ways to shake this leg. And what I mean by that is most of the providers that are building these systems are really just linking to Zoom or linking to some system that is not proprietary. This system is proprietary. Legwork has built it out to be completely proprietary. Why is that important? Well, what's called two-factor authorization. That's a fancy word for making sure that it's damn compliant, because if we are going to mess with HIPAA, we got to make sure it's compliant. So there's no messing around when it comes to HIPAA. So there's two-factor authorization. Second is we developed an Android and iOS mobile app for the patient. All they have to do to interface with the doctor is have their phone. That's it. So they can be anywhere, anytime, and interface with the doctor. The doctor will then have a desktop application which allows the doctor to have more of a full screen interface, but the patient is got the freedom of having their smartphone. Now the patient can, or the doctor can take screenshots, the doctor can take notes, the doctor can send out and interface with the digital medical consent. They can record the video, and there's a two-way text feature in case there's audio problems and what have you. So it is the most complete system for whether you want to do emergency treatments, you want to do virtual consults, you want to do standard checkups, and just provide access to your patient. That obviously during COVID, this is a really important feature to have, but long-term, as patients become more and more, they're becoming more and more picky. They want access to their providers,
yeah,
and this is the way to do it. So it's a new revenue stream opportunity for our client base.
So Korey, I'm super excited about this, because I'm thinking about the opportunities. You know, I do a lot of consultations, and here's the thing. You know, if I have this technology, right, and someone is searching for, you know, I want to do a cosmetic case, and they're doing their research, and they have an opportunity to talk to me before they come into the office, right? They get to know me, they like me, and then they come see me, and they don't search anywhere else. And I think that that's what people need to understand, is that if you have these things, right, and you make it easy for the patient, they're going to say, you know what, I already talked to Dr. Vo. Why do I need to go see this person? I'm just going to go to him, you know? So I love that. That's super huge there as far as just getting more conversions there. But I guess my question to you is this: once they have the app, right, and once they did this, did the teledentistry, could they still use that app can we send them information? Can they, what else? By them having the app, what kind of communication can we send to them, and what can they send to us?
Well, you're kind of leading into where the future of Legwork is going.
Oh man, because I can see that's huge, right? Because think about it, you know, like, okay, it's one thing to get like text messages, right? It's one thing to get email, but you know, when you get a push notification, I don't care what you're doing. You hold the phone, you're like, oh man, what's this? You know, like, and you have to check it. You have to click on it to get rid of it. So I'm hoping that is where this app is heading.
I will just say that you're very intuitive, Glenn, and that the 2021 is, you know, we have the patient portal now, we have the pay functionality, we have the forms functionality, we have the appointment booking functionality, we have the teledentistry functionality, we have an app. What's the next logical step?
You know what? You forgot to bring this up, because you know what? People they overlook this, because Legwork is, everyone thinks of Legwork and they think of like this awesome platform. People forget that you guys started out as a company that provided really awesome websites.
That's all we did.
Literally, yeah. So, and you guys still do. And literally you have this 360 kind of like coverage of, look, someone goes to your website, someone does the teledentistry, so it does the forms, right? They go into the into the system, and then they get their text messages, they get their emails. And I just love the fact that you guys are thinking about that. Well, you have an app and you're thinking about taking the app to the next level. And I don't think, and here's the thing, guys, I will admit I am a bona fide super fan of Legwork. Okay, I'm going to say it. I'll say it. I might be a little biased and whatnot, but let's look at the facts here, guys. Look at all these features that Legwork has and ask yourself, do other ones have the same thing? I don't think so. I mean, all these features there, but yeah, there's more to come because that's what they're all about. So I love that. What else we got here?
All right. So we overhauled our monthly campaigns and reporting system. So Facebook had made some changes to how they allow posting and different things. And so we revamped how we do our campaigns. So we now have hundreds of ready-made templates, as well as done-for-you digital marketing, which includes monthly website blog posts, email newsletters, and social posts delivered to your inbox, and also to help blast. So all of this is now then backed up against a whole new email reporting metrics dashboard. So you can see who's opening, who's clicking through, where they're clicking. So you can really get a better understanding of the metrics of your marketing efforts. And then this is where it all wraps up into a completely overhauled dashboard in both at the team level and what our new enterprise dashboard is going to look like. So all of these tools are great, but if you don't have a great interface to work with, then it's not usable. In other words, we know that in order to use Legwork, you've got to be in Legwork, and Legwork then has to be easy to use. It has to be functional because we're asking you to have it up in connection with your practice management software. So if our system isn't really easy to use, you're going to shut it down. You're not going to use it. So we have a complete user overhaul, design overhaul of the team dashboard, which is completely revamped so that it's more beautiful, more elegant, easier to understand. It is everything that we had before, just better in terms of how you use it, how you click through it. You can build email templates really simply. It's not confusing. It's not cluttered. It's just a beautiful 2.0 interface. And then the creme de la creme, which is the enterprise dashboard. The enterprise dashboard gives you the ability for multi-practice or single practice looks into your total billing, your scheduled billing, your production per visit, which by the way, that's a fake number. I hope your production per visit is more than 72 bucks. Your unscheduled treatment numbers, your recare rates, your all of your data that is at the practice level now comes up to the multi-practice level or single practice level, so the dentist can actually hover around Legwork and actually see what their business is looking like at an enterprise level. So if you have 4 or 5 practices, you can look at your granular level. What are my reviews looking like? What's my billings looking like? What's my production looking like? And you can look into by provider level, what's the provider doing at this practice? What all of those drill down metrics are inside the enterprise dashboard for a granular view or an aggregate view, either whether you're a single practice or a multi-practice. But obviously it gets really powerful if you're a multi-practice because you can see across your entire landscape something that no one else is doing in combination with the engagement tools. Obviously there's fragments of companies out there doing these kinds of things, but when you bring it all together in the Legwork ecosystem, there's nothing like it on the market.
I love the fact that the dashboard is so easy to use. It's user friendly. I mean, like I said, if you know how to use a mouse and a keyboard, you can probably go through the platform. But all this information is right in one place. You don't have to have multiple things open. And that's what I love about Legwork is that, it makes it convenient. And, we have Dr. Omar Morel down in South Florida, and he was like, hey, do we get grandfathered into this? And I told Omar, you just stepped in, buddy. You're working so hard. You just now jumped on. Korey just said, hey, look, he's going to make sure he takes care of all the legwork, the is a current Legwork user. So that's what they're all about. And then, like I said, Candace, Dr. Candace just said, I didn't even know you guys had websites. Well, Candace, when you have your demo, you're about to get blown away because they'll show you about some of the websites they've done, and they've done a great job.
So let's wrap this up to the feature matrix, and then we'll talk about the offer. So I felt sheepish to put the actual competitors in the columns. I felt like I wasn't going to publicly say who's who. If you want to know who these competitors are, I'm happy to share with you privately. But as respect to the competitors, because Legwork is a transparent, honest, trustful company, and I don't feel it's fair to publicize my feature matrix, but I did put down the fact that Legwork is now what we promised, which is the all-in-one solution. And if you look to the first column, that proves it by ultimately an undeniable feature matrix. Now, again, I've done heavy research on all the competitors, and if you want to ask me privately to do a comparison to any provider that you're working with, I'm happy to provide that privately. I'm just not going to do it publicly out of respect for the industry. But as you see, we are by far and above the most complex product on the market, as Legwork 2.0 reveals itself. And here's the big whopper. The Nifty Thrifty Special is a 2.0 pre-sale. You get 30 days no pay, a free website, and $2.99 a month for all of the features that we've been talking about. And that's a yearly savings of the rate that will be publicized once these features are completed. So that's a yearly savings of $5,000 to start with Legwork in September. You won't make your first payment until October, whatever 30 days out is, but we want you to sign up in September because this is a pre-sale. And I will tell you that all of these features will be released by the end of the year, but I'm going to tell you that while I won't put a date on it because that's dangerous in software development, I will tell you guaranteed they will all be put out by the end of the year, or we'll make good. But I'm trust me, because we have 30 developers and millions of dollars invested in this effort. So we feel confident in saying that you can be confident that these features will be done by the end of the year. And so if you sign up now, you will lock your rate in at just $2.99, and it will never be this cheap again, ever, because we will be doing a rate increase in 2021.
Well, so first of all, there's a bunch of people who are getting really excited. They think it's awesome. And I'm going to tell you guys this. Look, whenever you're running a practice, what's funny is a practice, and when you're buying supplies and any services, guys, it's a math problem. It's a simple math problem, right? You're paying for this, you're paying for this, you're paying for this, right? What are you paying for these other things? Can this one product do all these things? And can this one product also make your team more efficient? Because we all know that the big overhead killer is having too much staff, right? But what if you had a platform that made your existing staff like super staff members, super team members, right? And that's what I love about Legworks, because he just said it right there. If you need them to fill up your schedule, right, and see what the low-hanging fruit is, you can stay in Legwork. You do that. You can send the messaging out there. You want more consultations, you can set that up. Your team can set it up for you, and all you got to do is walk in your office and do these consultations. And then once you're done with the consultation, you shift it over to your team. So that's something that you guys have to think about. Like I said, it's a simple math problem, right? What are you paying for all these other things? And what would you be paying with Legwork, right? And what does Legwork do to help you bring more? Because here's the thing, saving money is one thing, but Korey just talked about how Legwork actually can help you make money, right? They can help you. No, it's not, saving money by doing this and just commit. No, he just showed you how you can make money. And in fact, he won't say it. I'll just say it for him. Okay. That patient, filter where you can find out what treatment is outstanding, right? That's one way. That's a huge way. And here's another one. Your consultations, those, you can do those consultations all day long. You can set up all your consultations during lunch. Okay. Bring your lunch there. And you know what? If no one shows up to your consultation, you eat lunch. If they show up, you start doing your consultation, start hustling there. Okay. That right there will help bring you more production right there. So Korey, sorry, I had to get off my soapbox there, but I think this is such a great deal. 30 days, no pay, and you get a free website. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy, guys. And like I said, it's a pre-sale. It's a pre-sale. You're going to hear about this again during the summit, but you better start signing up right now because once October rolls around, well, the price is going to go up. And even if the price does go up, it's still a great deal because Legwork takes the place of like 4 other platforms you would need. 4 other ones, literally.
I will make the statement because we've said this in the past when we've worked, with you, Glenn, is that we will always be the low cost provider. And that is still our mantra. Low cost without compromising service. Now, I will say during COVID, our service was compromised. It was impossible to keep up with, but our ticket volume is back to normal. Our service and support is back to normal. We're back to the legwork company you were used to in terms of support. But even with the price increase that's coming, I will eat my hat if you find a lower cost provider that provides the same depth of solution, even once the price increase happens. But we're at a point where when you're the top most complete system on the market, you have to support that complete system. And so as our infrastructure has grown, we have to come to a point where we raise our prices simply because you can't provide all this complexity and not support it like we talked about at the beginning of the call if you can't let your prices come up to match that. But dollar for dollar, I will still stand behind the fact that we will be the lowest cost provider by thousands of dollars a year compared to anyone else, even with the price increase. But right now is the opportunity to capitalize because all of this will come out between October and November, and there'll be a slight completion in December, and all of this will be yours if you lock in the rate now.
So Korey, we have a question from the audience, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to actually hold on. If you can stop your share screen here, and so that
Absolutely.
we can talk, and so they can see both of us here.
Absolutely.
We have a question from the audience, and that is, will Legwork have a chat option on the website?
We're talking about it. There's as you can see, we're rolling out about 15 different features right now, and then just there's our CTO puts it this way: we are compressing 2 years worth of development time into a 6-month window.
Yeah, I know.
So like the cost and that's a huge challenge. Having said that, chat is a natural progression, as is the app, going deeper on the app. So, but first is to nail these features and make sure there's no other provider that you need, because you feel that value and that stickiness from these products, and you couldn't do business without them. And then once we get that to where you're as a customer, you're just uber satisfied, then we will start innovating again.
Yeah.
But step 1 is complete this cycle that we've worked on for 2 years.
Well, so Dr. Paul, hopefully that answers your question. Look, as you can see, and you're a Legwork user as well, as you can see, Legwork continues to evolve, right? I mean, we haven't even, next time you see Korey on here, actually, he's going to be speaking at the summit, just to let you guys know. He's got an awesome, here's the thing, guys. You guys think of Korey as the Legwork guy, right? I try not to dub him as Legwork man because Korey is he's an awesome speaker. If you haven't heard him speak before, he's an amazing speaker. And before even Legwork was around, he was doing so much more in the marketing space. So you guys definitely tune in. He's going to be on the second day, I believe, of our summit. It's going to be awesome. You're going to definitely want to tune in there. But, you're going to hear about more things that Legwork is going to be bringing, right? So the chat is on their radar, but the app, I can't wait to see what's going on with the app. But yeah, I mean, Korey said it himself. By the end of the year, all these features they talked about, you're going to have them and they'll be ready to go.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, so we have one question here. All right, Dr. Aaron. So look, hopefully you got most of your questions answered. When you go in the demo, you should pretty much just go to the demo and just give them your credit card and just sign up, because I think they answered all your questions. But he does have one more. He wants to know where the support is from. Is it stateside or overseas?
Oh, no, it's all stateside.
So Aaron, it's all stateside, man.
Yeah, they're literally downstairs. We have They're all downstairs from below me right now, literally. Well, and some are working from home right now because of COVID, but they're all home.
Yeah. Okay, so no outsource. So yeah, and so we have Dr. Bailey said. Dr. Bailey just said, "Hey, I signed up. I haven't gotten it fully implemented." Well, Dr. Bailey, you know what? Here's an open invitation from the CEO himself, right? If he wants to know what other features he can use, what's the best way for Dr. Bailey to get squared away here?
Contact me, because
there you go.
The CEO I am. You contact me. You can.
Yes, and he says I have open dental. That's even better.
That's great. We'll take care of you. You can contact me, and I will put you in touch with at one of our customer success managers and make sure you're taken care of. And that goes for anyone that might be having trouble getting through or whatever. Just reach out to me. I'm happy to help. That's what we're here for.
And guys, if you're wondering, like you're raising an eyebrow, is it, what do you mean message me? No, he's serious. He's actually serious. Yeah. Okay. If you literally, you could message him and ask him a question. He will respond right away. Korey is like on top of things. I mean, Korey and just a handful of other Nifty Thrifty vendors. I mean, they're on top of things. They really care about this community. So, and you know what? I mean, you can make a post in the group that says, "Hey, how do I do something?" You guys are free to post that. How do something, and you'll probably see a whole bunch of legwork people jumping on and explaining that to you. So Dr. Bailey, he said, "Yes, sir, I will do it." Yeah, Dr. Bailey, just reach out. Reach out to Korey. Okay. I mean, right when we're done here, reach out to him here. And of course, Omar just said they pretty much answer same day, which is true. Yeah. So I love that.
And also our Legwork leaders, it's a closed Facebook group.
That's right.
It's a good way to stay in the know specifically to Facebook or to Legwork is our Legwork leaders. It's our little closed Facebook group. That's a good way to stay in communication with us. But you're always welcome to message me. And if I don't get to you right away, I promise you I will follow up with you. I'm really diligent about getting you guys the help you need, because I know sometimes it's hard. COVID has not been easy because all of our team is still, a lot of them are working from home. So, so even for, it's not that we're intentional about or not intending to be hard to reach, but just the whole dynamic of everybody working from home is made it a little difficult because of the laws that we have in our state. We can't have everybody back at the office yet.
Yeah. So yeah, Dr. Bailey just gave you a big thumbs up there. So yeah, Dr. Bailey, just go ahead and reach out to Korey or any of his team members. They're all in the group here. I'm sure someone's probably messaging you right now. They'll square you away. Look, if you're not using all the features, you're missing out there. And especially now with all these new things, you want to stay on top of that. And hey, do what I do. Get one of your team members to be like the legwork liaison, okay? And I just walk in and say, "Hey, I want y'all to do this." And they're like, "Yeah, Dr. Vo, you didn't know we can do that. Let's just do it." So that's what you want to do. You want to get someone to be your legwork liaison, okay, in your practice, okay? And look, if you're someone who likes technology, you can do it yourself. The interface is so easy. So I love it. Okay, so Korey, man, I'm excited. When we get off here, I'm definitely going to hit you up. I'm going to have to get some of these things implemented in my practice. But before we jump off, guys, again, if you like what Korey said, be ready for some more because he's speaking at the summit and it's not legwork related. It's some really good stuff. I already know what he's talking about, but they'll talk about the deal again also during our summit as well, because we appreciate you guys sponsoring us there, but I appreciate him speaking. So definitely, and you're getting CE for it too. We'll have a landing page. You can sign up for the CE as well. But Korey, before we jump off here, any words to the Nifty Thrifty community before we jump off?
Well, naturally, number one, we thank you for your continued support of Legwork. We thank you for understanding through COVID, just like you trying to figure this all out. We're doing the same. It was really a difficult time from a support perspective to make sure we were taking care of our customers. And I know some of you probably got less than stellar support, which is just, it crushes me that happened. But we appreciate you being patient with us while we get our feet back on the ground, just like all of you. And I'm happy to say that, again, our support ticket load is back to normalcy. So you should get that same customer service, high level of detail and help that you're used to from us. But we really appreciate your patience through that because it was difficult when everybody was shut down and then everybody wanted to restart. It was inundating, but we're happy that we're through that. And better yet, we're excited about the future. And I hope that you feel the passion and excitement for what we've got coming into the fourth quarter here and into next year, because Legwork is ready to really take on the next year. So we're excited about that. So we hope it's a good time to be a Legworkian.
Yeah, and I can speak for a lot of people in this group. I'm super excited about all the new features, and I'm really excited the fact that you guys are always kind of pushing the envelope and really bringing more value to the dental practice and like the pricing structure. I mean, you guys have always just been priced so competitively, a lot less than a lot of people out there that offer less stuff. And so we appreciate that, especially in a group like Nifty Thrifty Dentists. So Korey, thank you so much for jumping on.
Yeah,
and guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, everyone.